Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Ex-soldier shot and killed by gunmen on Maxfield Avenue. 4 suspects now in custody following brutal murder of a senior citizen in Manchester. And later in sports, Jamaica Tallowers in CPL final after win over Guyana Amazon Warriors. I'm Kalisha Williams and here are the details. A man identified as Winston Andre Stewart was shot and killed by gunmen along Sunlight Street in the Maxfield Avenue area this morning. Now, reports are that about 7:45, Mr. Stewart, an ex-member of the Jamaica Defense Force and a mechanic, was working on his vehicle when he was approached and shot. The killers escaped. Residents say Mr. Stewart was not a troublemaker or was known to be a part of any gang. Mr. Stewart was from Zimbabwe in Arnett Gardens. Now it's theorized he was killed because he had crossed the imaginary border line into the territory of the opposing gang in the Maxfield Avenue area. 4 suspects have been taken into custody in relation to the brutal murder of a senior citizen in Silent Hill, Manchester, Tuesday evening. The decomposing body of 74-year-old Clifton Chambers was found in a ravine in the community. Mr. Chambers, who was visually impaired, was missing for 11 days before his body was found. It's understood that a few days before his disappearance, he had an altercation with persons at a nearby shop. Residents in the community say they are hoping that justice will now be served.
He was a well-known person by the community.
Yeah, man,
yes?
as I say, Cliffy.
You know what I'm saying? Has anybody seen him coming? Tass, you all right, Tass? You okay?
True, man.
But I know with the assistant of the police officers, yes, I know that justice will prevail.
The incident is being treated as a homicide. The Manchester police are currently awaiting an autopsy report to find out how Mr. Chambers was killed. We have seen taxi drivers island-wide protesting over poor road conditions. But this afternoon, a group of taxi drivers in Portmore St. Catherine have taken matters into their own hands, literally. The drivers parked their cars on Wednesday to fix sections of the Bridgeport Main Road that were in a deplorable state. We have more in this report. Taxi drivers, check. Parked cars, check. Poor road conditions, check. But no, this is not a protest.
No, we don't have time for Black Road and all these things. We are big people, you know.
Protest.
Yeah.
This is nothing about protest. It's about keeping the road flowing and traffic. Because it's the evening time when everybody want to go home and the peak hour is on. Come on, man. There's a taxi man and the worst thing, a taxi man and this and a taxi man and that. Look on the taxi man, them know.
The taxi drivers decided to come together and temporarily repair sections of the Bridgeport Main Road in Portmore St. Catherine.
Why, you know, so inside when I hear somebody say, come out here, come out here. So I thought it was an accident. When I look, I see so much taxi man came out with them shovels. So you look at them plan to do this. You understand? So I'm really glad because this is the route that I travel most of the time going where I'm going every day.
With their own tools and traffic wardens, they toiled in the morning sun for hours, adamant to fill the potholes before peak hour traffic.
Parts expensive for the car, them, you know. You understand? And we have to pay fitness and all these things and we carry a mash up.
Rocky and alone, it costs $10,000 to $12,000.
It's on a St. Thomas, you know. Portmore, this.
We were told the Bridgeport Main Road was dug up by the National Water Commission over 3 months now, and the conditions have worsened, especially with the recent rains, and that prompted the taxi drivers to act.
And material will leave on the side of the road, you know. Yeah, it will use and throw in the local place, right? So, you understand?
However, they said they understand that their effort is just a temporary fix to a mammoth problem.
We need whosoever control the road to come fix the road still.
Yeah,
like, can't stay like this, you know?
Enough time to come do what they do.
Yeah, man.
Because we're going to get more rain, so...
We have to just do our part, you understand? But we need the road to fix. The road can't stay like this. Portmore is a beautiful place, you understand me? And the condition of the road is very poor.
And we unsuccessfully tried to get a response from the National Water Commission on the matter. It's now time for a break, but stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Continuing the news now, The St. Mary police are investigating a burglary at the Western Union outlet on Main Street in Highgate. It's understood that the remittance agency was broken into between last night and this morning. The vault was removed. It's not yet known if money was inside. The thieves entered the building by cutting the padlock to the grill. They then removed the glass panes on the door. In June, a vault containing more than $7 million was stolen from the Western Union outlet in Rakabessa, St. Mary. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the process to replace the Troy Bridge on the Manchester-Trelawney border is being fast-tracked. The bridge, which collapsed in 2021, has forced residents to use makeshift structures to get to their destinations and raises concerns about the safety of people while crossing the Hectors River. MP for North West Manchester, Michael Phillips, recently indicated that the government may have to allocate more money to fix the bridge. Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave an update in Parliament on Tuesday.
And I'm following it. I've been briefed that the designs are complete. My understanding is that they're about to go to procurement soon. The government of Jamaica takes the situation very seriously, and it is not our intention for the people to believe that their plight is not considered as serious. And therefore, Madam Speaker, I'm going to be personally visiting Troy. I will make the arrangements. And we have been moving to fast-track the arrangements to ensure that the bridge is in place.
And we now go to Sandy Williams with the Business Minute.
Renewable energy firm Silico Limited will build 2 solar plants totaling 11.25 million watts. They will be constructed under separate projects for large industrial clients, Caribbean Boilers, CB Group, and the Jamalco Alumina Refinery. The larger plant, with a capacity of 9.2 million watts, will be installed at Jamalco. The contract for the construction of the smaller one, of just over 2 million watts for the CB Group, was issued prior to the summer. In the global economy, warning lights are flashing as high inflation, drastic rate hikes, and the war in Ukraine take their toll. According to a probability model run by Ned Davis Research, there is currently a 98.1% chance of a severe global recession in 2023. The only other time that recession model was this high has been during severe economic downturns, most recently in 2020 and during the global financial crisis of 2008 and 2009. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Sandy Williams.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Before we go to sports, here's Sandy Williams with our regional and international stories.
In the region, residents of the Caribbean will soon get the opportunity to weigh in on how they can benefit from the digitization of their country's payment systems. That opportunity will come during the Central Bank of Barbados' September edition of the Caribbean Economic Forum on moving to digital payments. Digital payments will extend financial inclusion, accelerate transactions, and improve business facilitation in the Caribbean region. On the international scene, Ian has weakened to a tropical storm early Thursday morning after barreling through southwest Florida as a powerful hurricane. The National Hurricane Center says Ian is now moving northeast with strong winds at 60 miles per hour. The system first made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane Wednesday afternoon, becoming one of the strongest storms to hit the state's west coast. Ian brought catastrophic winds and flooding that left millions without power and trapped residents in their homes. With the system weakening, all hurricane warnings along the east and west coast of the Florida-Pennsylvania have been changed to tropical storm warnings. Powerful winds, heavy rains, and storm surge are still expected across portions of Florida, Georgia, and California over the next 3 days. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Sandy Williams.
Midday News, I'm Kalisha Williams. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, good afternoon.